Hello people of the earth and welcome to QuicksaveTV. In this video I'm going to teach you how to get 3 stars achievement in Reactor mission in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Special Operations. First things first, Reactor is lengthy but not very difficult mission. In the beginning of the game, you are given a shotgun and a MP7. Now I recommend you to replace this shotgun because it just doesn't seem very good in the specific combat situations you will be facing. I suggest you to replace it with Bison or with P90, depending what you prefer. I prefer Bison because of the firing rate. Any of the submachine guns, Bison, P90 and MP7 will be able to do the job just fine. As you advance through the submarine, you will usually have an upper hand over your enemies, as they will be busy with the stuff of their own and not very well organized. As you advance through the submarine, it would be wise to keep your thermal goggles on. They will allow you to have tactical advantage over your enemies and also let you liquidate them much easier. Try to kill enemies off of both floors simultaneously. This way you will save some time and have much better experience. Speed in this particular encounters does not matter. It doesn't matter how much time you will need to spend on it because the time given to you is 5 minutes. That's well over enough to turn this reactor off several times. As you advance to the second room, be careful. There are several enemies at very long range and you should take them down first. If you don't use the thermal goggles, you will be able to identify the enemies behind cover by their laser tags. That makes it very easy to identify them and liquidate them one after another. Once you're finished with the enemies, go to the first level and move toward the reactors. Now that's a real challenge. Because of the positioning of the reactor and a very open space near it, you have to be really careful, else you risk getting surrounded and lose your progress until this point. Before you actually move into reactor room, try to go ahead and take enemies down from both sides. This way you will have less chances of getting surrounded and have generally much less troubles getting inside. It's not a bad idea to use flashbangs and frag grenades as you advance forward. When you get into the reactor room, don't get too excited. First, take care of all the enemies around you and only then start shutting down the reactor. The time given to you will be much more than enough, so don't worry about it. Once you've done with the enemies, try to shut down the reactor. Once you start the operation, a lot of new enemies will come from the deeper parts of the submarine. Pay them no heed, take down the reactor first and then get to work with them. Once you're done shutting down the reactor, you will have to move all the way back to get out from the submarine. Dispatch of all enemies systematically, don't leave anyone alive. If you ignore them now, what might happen is them flanking you and killing you outright without you having any time to respond. Once you've shut down the reactor, the good 80% of the mission is done. Proceed to the exit. Once you get out of the submarine, you still have to be careful. There will be several attack helicopters passing by and dropping additional ground troops to take care of you. Make sure that you have an appropriate weapon and slowly advance towards the extraction point. A solid strategy would be to take care of the enemies as they descend from the helicopter. This way you will have a minimal effective response from them and take care of them much quicker. Don't go all out on them, try to stay behind cover, this way maximizing your chances to stay alive. Once you've dealt with the soldiers from the last helicopter, your mission is almost done. Get to the rendezvous point and wait for the helicopter.
We're in position, Trident 1, ready when you are. Well done, but you can do better.
Oh, okay, I see that. You're trying to be funny, eh? Well done with the Modern Warfare 3, Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer games, but you can do better. If you pay attention at the beginning and the end of the mission, you can see the name of the ship spelled right out for you. It says Olga. And before you ask, no, this is not the problem that it's not in Cyrillic. The problem is, it's a female name. If you would actually read about names of Russian submarines, you would know that we don't call our submarines with female names. Olga is the most ridiculous name for an atomic Russian submarine I've ever heard in my life.